So the first episode of Aim to be a Pokemon Master has now aired, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, but it also gave us a brand new preview for the next episode which looks super hype, and it left us all with a few questions regarding a certain legendary Pokemon. So let's get into these two topics for this video, and I hope you enjoy. So first up, we're going to talk about episode 137 of Pokémon Journeys, episode 1 of Aim to be a Pokemon Master. A lot of confusion going on to what the actual title of this episode was, and it was pretty tough actually deciding what I was going to name the episode for my review. But I thought the episode was actually really good. It was of course very slow. It picked up straight after Journeys ended, and Ash is he doesn't know what to do at the minute. Obviously this 11 episodes is about him figuring that out and figuring out what a Pokemon Master is, which I think will come into play a bit later on in the series when Gary shows up finally. But this episode was nice. It was just a little adventure, and I actually enjoyed just seeing Ash on his own, because we've only had this briefly in between regions when his companions went home, so he was only alone for very short periods of time. So this just had a very early sort of original series vibe for me, where he's just on his own, he's with his Pokemon, and the moment where he brings out Noivern was just so cool. Obviously we all knew it was coming because they spoiled it. Imagine they didn't spoil it and we'd just be even more shocked. But we knew that Ash was going to be rotating from the tweets that they made. But when the moment actually happens, it was just really cool to see him bring out everyone all at once, and it was just perfect that it was against Team Rocket, because obviously you're only allowed one Pokemon at a time. Team Rocket never played by the rules, and it was just alright, I've had enough of your crap for over 1,000 episodes, finally I'm going to do this to you and bring out all the Pokemon at once. And they made a little comment about it as well, which was really funny, but it was just awesome. I see a few comments of people saying they thought Ash's Pokemon didn't do enough. I didn't really mind. I thought they didn't have much battle action, but what else could they have really done? They were out of their Pokeballs for most of the episode, so I thought it was a perfect way to reintroduce his old Pokemon. I think they all had something to do. Initially Noivern came out to attack Team Rocket, and Donphan came out to block Wobbuffet's counter, and then Sceptile came out to Leaf Blade and cut open the bag. It was just everyone kind of had their tiny little moments, and it was pretty cool. Weasel came out when they rescued Latias from the water. Obviously he could have had one more Pokemon, but then I think it would have felt a bit too crowded, and then especially all of these Pokemon wouldn't had enough time to do stuff. But it was just such a cool way to bring back these old Pokemon, and I really loved it. I do understand that the episode itself was a bit slow, but that's fine. This was the first episode and I didn't expect nothing too crazy, as long as something happens with this Latias, because Ash and Latias seem to have a bit of a connection there. Latias didn't trust Ash at first, but once it kind of realised Ash was trying to help it and nurse it back to health, it kind of started to get a bit attached to him. And then we saw at the end, I don't know exactly if it is following Ash, but it was kind of looking in the background, so that has to mean something surely. If it doesn't, it will be a bit disappointing, because they've built that moment up and they've showed that specifically at the end. So I am hoping this is kind of like a crocodile situation where the Pokemon follows Ash, or even Gibble follows Ash because it now has attachment to him, obviously because Ash has helped him. It's a perfect Ash capture, and I feel like he needs to catch at least one Pokemon, and imagine it was a Latias. That would be a perfect way to end this series, just giving him a legendary Pokemon and a capture that is built up all the way through the series. So I really hope it happens. Latias being Ash's final Pokemon just sounds really poetic, and obviously we get the movie 5 connection, we get the comparison to Tobias's Latios. There's a lot of small little connections that Ash has with this Pokemon already. Of course he mainly had the connection with Ho-Oh, but I think that was just too big of a Pokemon that it wouldn't have been realistic for him to get that, because Ho-Oh is like this separate entity of the world, and whereas Latias is more of a realistic capture for him. So I think it would be really cool if he did get it. And next up, onto the exciting part of this video, we have the episode 2 preview for Aim to be a Pokemon Master. Obviously it airs at the end of every episode, and it just looks like it's going to be amazing. We see Ash versus Misty actually battling. A lot of people were saying they don't think they were actually going to have a proper battle and it was just going to be a fish-in battle, but they were all proved wrong. This is a full-on battle. Ash and Misty are going to be battling out to try and get this Clauncher. And also some amazing news is that Ash will be rotating his team again. So every single episode, presumably, he's just going to be switching out a whole team, which is awesome. We see Totodile, Corphish, Rowlet, and I think Leavanny is somewhere confirmed that she will be in the episode as well, which is just a really awesome team. I love all of these Pokemon, and seeing them interact again like the last episode is going to be fantastic. We don't really know the extent of this battle. Is it going to be a 1-on-1? Is it going to be a 2-on-2? We don't really know. We do see Misty using her Politoed, and she's also with Psyduck, who could also battle, but who knows? We don't see Misty using any other Pokemon, so it could just be a 1-on-1, and probably will be the case, to be honest, because I don't think they're going to fit in a whole 3-on-3, although that would be really awesome if they did. It would just bring back vibes to like the Totodile duel situation, and the fact that Totodile is in this episode as well makes that even better. And I'd just love to see a few more of Ash's Pokemon get some battle action. And it's pretty funny because I'm watching through the end of Advanced Generation, the Battle Frontier, and I saw Corfish's last ever on-screen battle was against Nurse Joy, where it got absolutely bodied by Chansey, which is just such a bad battle to have as your last battle. And I made a tweet about it, and then literally the very next day this episode aired, the preview came out, and Corfish is back battling Misty, and we know that Corfish is the only Pokemon confirmed that is actually battling Misty, because we see it actually using a move. It could be battling Clauncher, so maybe not. I think Ash will use Corfish, and hopefully there's a few more Pokemon that he can use. Maybe he'll use Rowlet as well, because we see Rowlet on top of Misty's head, which was really cool. Maybe Ash made a call to Kukui or something and got Rowlet transferred over. I don't really think they're going to explain that. I think Ash will just have Rowlet from the start of the episode. I don't think they're going to have time to be explaining when he was swapping them out and stuff like that. They didn't do it in the first one, so I don't think they will do that. But it's just cool to see the Alola Pokemon involved, because obviously they're in a different region, while all of Ash's other Pokemon are at Oak's lab, so they're easier to get. But I'm just really glad they're not being left out. And obviously this gives us the chance that we could see Incineroar come back and actually have a battle. That would be really amazing to see. But as for this battle itself, I think Ash will probably win. This is huge, to be fair, because this is Ash's first ever battle after the Pokemon World Championship win. Misty's just out here challenging the World Champion like it's nothing. I think Ash will win. I don't think he'll catch Clauncher. Maybe he'll win but let Misty catch it. That seems like something he would do at this point in his journey. But I think it's going to be a really cool battle, and it's not going to be nothing serious. It's just going to have a fun dynamic, similar to like the battles that we've mentioned between Ash versus Misty have had in the past. I don't think it will be as serious as the battle in Sun and Moon. And just how great is it to see Misty again? She didn't have a proper appearance in Journeys, so this is her appearance, and obviously she's returning for the whole episode. She's returning for the whole series because she's going to stick along with Ash. But this is the perfect way to reintroduce her to the series, as she's been gone for a while. You bring her back with a fishing adventure, a battle with Ash, and a possible new capture. Like, what else could you do? This is perfect, and I really can't wait to see this episode. But I think that's pretty much everything that I wanted to cover. I'm really looking forward to Ash versus Misty. It's honestly one of the highlights for me in the series, because Misty's one of my favourite characters. The original series is one of my favourite series, and it's just got good vibes to it, especially how this first episode played out. I know the Team Rocket blast-offs were a bit annoying, but honestly it felt like we were back watching the original series. It had that vibe, and I think they captured it really well. But make sure to let me know in the comments, obviously, what you thought of the first episode of Aim to be a Pokemon Master. Let me know if you think this Latias will follow Ash, will he end up capturing it, and will it be his last ever capture? And then, of course, all the Misty stuff. Let me know who's going to win that battle. What sort of style of battle do you want? Do you want more of a serious battle, or do you want just a chill vibe to it? And what Pokemon do you want to see Ash use? So let me know in the comments, and thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.